My name is Danny Cobbin, 1-1 coaching here. A lot of good things. Monday, talk about motivation. And a word crossed my mind this morning. It's confabulation. Actually, read it in the book. Confabulation is essentially um, whenever you do something, do an action of some sort, and then you go back on that action, and then you try to explain like why it is that you did it, right? Um, and like we do that often, right? Like we get drunk or something one night, and then like we do a bunch of crazy stuff, and we're like, oh man, why did I do that? Like, why did I like? What inside of me told me to do that? And see, if we're being honest with each other, like we did it because it looked like a good thing to do. It looked like the right thing to do in the moment, so we do it. And there's really not another reason why we do it other than we think that it's a good idea in the moment. And what I'm seeing this week on Monday for motivation is that we are really crappy at predicting how an action that we do now is going to turn out in the future. So if I brush my teeth now so that I don't get plaque later, like that's one thing. But if I brush my teeth 3 times a day, floss 4 times a day, all in an attempt so that I have whiter teeth, like, that's a totally different thing. And a reason why I'm bringing this up on a Monday is because we don't have to do that. Like, we do what looks right in the moment. We do what feels right in the moment. What if we learn to trust that feeling? Like, what would occur? What would happen? Like, how would things be different? And that's what's on my mind. It's like, how would things be different if I didn't go back and I didn't go and try and make up every single thing that went on with my business, with my relationships, with whatever? So, yeah, what's the motivation? What's the point this morning? The point this morning is like, we do the things that look real to us in the moment. And there's no reason to go back and beat ourselves up for what looked real in the moment. Simply like recognizing that like me doing something now doesn't predict how it's going to turn out in the future. Like that seems like super relevant whenever I think about my kids. Like a big change over a big switch that I made not too long ago was I used to want to discipline Danny, Aria, because I don't want them when they're 18 to have problems. I don't want them at 4 to like go to the playground and struggle with other kids. So I need to discipline them right now so that in 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, they don't have this problem. And like that looks real. Like that's the normal way of looking at things. Like let's fix the problem now. Like that's normal. But what's natural? That's something altogether different. What's natural is whenever I discipline my child in the moment for what they're doing in this moment and I give them the punishment or whatever that fits this moment. Not because of what it's going to do in 2 years or 4 years, but because they did what looked real to them in the moment. And as an adult, I know, like, yep, it looks real to you that you should hit your sister because you didn't get the toy that you wanted. Yeah, that looks real. Like, so like if I was to punish him based on 4 years from now, hey, you need to go to timeout. You're not playing with anything. There's so many other things. We need to spank you. We da 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 da. But now every time it happens, it's a different feel. Danny goes after his sister. What's going on in the moment? What am I really trying to get him to see? And that's just it. Is doing things right now for right now, right? And then like yeah, 2020, hindsight's 2020, right? Like I can look back, I can go back and be like, oh, why did I do this? Oh, I did this because of X, Y, or Z. Like I feel like I should give you a specific example here of where I can specifically see this happen. So let me see if I can think of one. Um, yeah, with the kids. Yeah, I already gave you one. I don't need to give you another one. It's already there. Hey, yeah. So today was a little weird one, but what's on the mind is that you really don't have to make decisions based off of what's going to happen in the future. Not because Danny said so, but because we as humans are crap. Like we just are not good at it. Like figuring out what's going to happen next or what's going to happen in the future. Like how many times have you made a goal? Because I know I've made goals where here's the goal, and then I get over here, like it's above the goal, it's different than the goal, but I like look back over the course of 5 years, and I'm like, oh man, I never hit that specific goal, but I'm already surfing much higher than the goal. And that's what's real cool is that when we do things in the moment in the space that we're in, we are left with the ability to respond and be present in the moment. Now, in the case of my kids, me not caring to discipline them for what they're going to see in 4 years allows me the ability now to be like, oh, like I have 2 years between 2 and 4 to mold this behavior as to where, like, Danny, like if somebody attacks your sister, I understand you giving her some space. So, like, that's why I'm like, some of this is off, right? But on the flip side, like you hitting your sister isn't okay. That's not okay in this moment, right? So I don't need to think about it being okay in the next moment, right? So in 2 years, I might have a completely different son on my hand. In fact, I will. I'm going to be different in 2 years. So whatever comes to the surface in 2 years, I can worry about it in 2 years. Same is true for our jobs. Same is true with our relationships. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. Don't, because it's like, how many things have you predicted? Like, think about that. Like, how many things have you predicted? Like in your life where other humans were involved in the same situation and it came out the way you thought it was going to come out. Like, it may happen. Like, I predicted the presidential election the last 4 years, but like, that doesn't affect my day to day life, right? But whenever I start doing things right now for the future, comment below. Let me know what you see. Just let me know what you see in that regard. If you stayed this long, be you. We'll keep growing stronger together. Keep letting people know about this. You keep letting me know what you're seeing. I'm going to keep reading what you're seeing. And we're just going to keep doing this thing. Hey, we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Shh, not telling anybody but y'all. But the podcast is coming back out. Oh, and remember my mascot? Everybody's been through the wash. That doesn't mean you don't lose your color, though. That don't mean you lose that vibrancy. Y'all have a good Monday. I gotta go take the babies to the dentist for the first time.